Okay, so let's do our invocation. So I want you to visualize. Okay, I want you to visualize that you have a spiritual master right in front of you. Okay, and Srila Prabhupada and also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Panchatattva. At the same time, you also have Sri Radha Krishna, Jagannath, Baladi, Subhadra. Okay, all your Ishta Devata. All right, Ishta Devata, like we like Ram, Hanuman, or whatever. Just visualize that you're having right in front of you. Just visualize that you're having a flower in your hand. Okay, and when we're going to recite this pranam or the invocation, just think about it. Then you offer the flower unto the lotus feet of your spiritual master. Okay, Prabhupada, under the lotus feet of Panchatattva, 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 the Gaur-Nitaya, the five of them, then Radha Krishna, then any of Ishta Devata. Okay, so let's do our invocation. Just close your eyes. If you know the mantra, you can join me to recite along with me. All right. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapidamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagarjadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Premade Jaya Pataka Swamin iti namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Damadaya Nagaragramatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Pasha Tidishatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignana Dayine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jvala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupa Nuga Viruda Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambode Padambu Jayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestum Nidasta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannatha Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva Paditanam pavenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Jayatam Suratau Pangur Mama Manda Matirgati Mat Sarvasva Padambo Jaurada Madana Mohanau Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpa Drumadaha Srimat Ratnagara Singha Sanasto Srimat Radha Srila Govinda Devo Prishtalibi Sevya Manav Smarami Sriman Rasa Rasaram Divam Sivata Tata Stita Karshan Venur Svanir Gopir Gopinataya Sri Estuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Stude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. You all please recite with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamahang vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So we have gathered here to discuss. All right. Anyway, just want to give you the translation for the mantra that I just chanted. It says, Mukam Karoti Vachalam. By the mercy of the Guru, a dumb man can become a greatest orator, and the lame man can cross mountains. As advised by Lord Brahma, one should remember this Sastric injunction. If one desires success in his life, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhava, has the form of Satchidananda Vigraha, transcendental bliss, knowledge, and eternity. Thus, I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hari Om Tat Sat. All right, so today we are meeting to further discuss. Okay, I think last week Dinesh did, and this week, so I'm doing. So we're going to continue from where Dinesh stopped last week. So before we start, do you have any questions, any comment, or anything you want to ask or say? All good? All right, so I assume everything is good. All right, so today we're going to do text 27. All right, so text 27.
26, sir.
26. Okay, 26. All right, so before that, we just recap. Okay, so as you know, what is the situation here? The situation here is Krishna is declaring his supremacy. All right, he is telling that how we can actually achieve him. Okay, so and in some of the suggestion he's telling from 14, he says, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination. So that means our spiritual life, especially when we want to work, I mean, in order for us to become success in spiritual life, especially, so endeavor is important. Okay, effort must be taken. In fact, anything that we do in this material world need effort, right? But here, what Krishna says is endeavor with what? Great determination. And what is the determination? Because there is a lot of factors. The man always go through three kinds of suffering: Adi Daivik, Adi Bautik, Adi Adhyamik. All right. So one of the suffering that it goes through is through the fellow human being. There's a lot of thing that actually attracts. The attractiveness of this Maya or this material world is so nice, right? Sometimes we can't tolerate it, right or not? Suddenly you say, okay, suddenly your relation getting married, you have to go, and once you go there, once in a while, okay lah, chitti, kawan, prima, atte, whatever, come cousin, come dance, let's take something, So the allurement is this. After you go there, you start to see all the excitement. You come back, you start to think, ponder. Am I really on a right path? Have any one of you thought that? Please, let's have some discussion here because we have not met for some time. I'd like to listen to your beautiful voice. Did this kind of thought came to you? Where?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
Yes, Prabhu.
definitely.
It has.
Yes, Prabhu.
So what is the
Tappa
usual thing that come into your this thing? Sometimes you think, I see. How's the to know? Look at the way they all live. So nice, like. Sometimes this is what Maya. It happens, right? It happens. So that's what Krishna says here. What Krishna is saying here. We have to endeavor with great determination. Right? We have the determination must be strong. And what is our determination? Not to be born again into this miserable place. Not worth it. Not worth it. Right? To start all over again in this horrible place because we have experience. Right? Some of you are 40s, some of you are 50s, some of you are 60s, and some of you are 70s. Right? I think that itself a very good experience that we have gone through. We are not being very negative with life, but we are very optimistic. Right? Just like the reason that they've created prison for what? So once we go into the prison, so we stay there until we cannot tolerate the place. We decided to come out and not to go in. So not to go in back into the prison means you're not going to do criminal act. But sometimes people are staying in prison for some time. They become so complacent. They find the prison is very interesting. They don't even want to go out. Right? You can ask anyone working in prison. They don't want to go out. Tapola, I stay here. I don't need to go back. I'm very happy with this prison life. So like that. All right. But we have, so in order to do that, we have to have great determination. Bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me. Makan free. Right. Then after that, we also went through, we says others. That means these others. Okay, others. That means that the one who are not devotee, who engage in sacrifice by cultivation knowledge, worship the Supreme Lord as the one without second, as diverse in many and his universal form. All right, there's one devotee who worship him, want to go back. Others will engage in sacrifice by cultivation of knowledge, worship the Supreme Lord, one without second. Okay, then, but it is I who am the ritual. But end of the day, but Krishna says that I am the ritual. I am the sacrifice. I am the offering to the ancestor. All the ancestor that you're offering is I am the ancestor. I am the healing herb, Dhanvantri. Remember, I think we had a very good discussion on this verse before, right? The transcendental chant, I am the butter and I'm offering. Okay. Then after that, he says, I am the father of the universe, the mother, the support, and the grandsire. Right? That means grandsire means he's the oldest person. All right, he's the support. He's the mother because he supports it. He provides you with all the things like how mother provides. All right, and he's the father of the universe. I am the object of knowledge. That means all the object means everything that in Vedas, he is the object. The purifier and the syllable Om. So what we discuss here, any mantra that we may chant, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om, what is the Murugan mantra? I forgot. I used to chant that before. Om Sharavana Bhavaya. Okay, Om Sharavana Bhava. Okay. Whatever things that start with Om, he is to be understood. All right. So that means he's there. So he also says, I am Rik, I'm Sama, and I'm Yajur. Then after that, 18, he says, I am the goal, I am the sustainer, I am the master, I am the witness. Manasachi, he's the witness, and he's the boat. He is the refuge and the most dear friend. So when we are all looking for friends, like today I was having a discussion with a person. I was telling that no one can be a better friend other than Krishna and his devotees. All right, the devotees and of course, and you may argue, but I can see some devotees are, it's okay. All right, it's better than people who are 100% are cunning compared to 70% devotees are cunning, but still 30% devotees are still nice to you. It's still worth. All right. See, I had the same thought until my family got COVID. Okay, when my family got COVID, everyone got COVID, and I don't know. I only know how to cook khichdi, and my family hates khichdi, right? And I saw the devotees came. I'm staying very far away from town. I'm in the outskirts, outer Ipoh, near the hills at Meru area. So they cooked and they sent the house. And in fact, I have deity. They didn't even offer the food. They said, please offer the food to your deity and give it to your family. And who can do that? The devotees. All right. So devotees is the one who's going to help you. All right. Just like, for instance, now you see, Now, maybe you might buy an insurance and you start to grumble. Why did I buy insurance? Wasting money, wasting time, right? But end of the day, wait 1 second, 1 second. Okay, like for instance, when we see, is it recording? Is it on recording?
Yes,
Oh.
Prabhu.
All right. So sometimes when we buy insurance, after we buy insurance, they wasted my money lah. Bought insurance, but nothing to do. But when the insurance will come into action when we are in trouble, right? That's why there's a saying, right? They say if you want to buy insurance, no, you buy when you don't need it. When you need it, you can't buy it, right? So you buy insurance for what? If anything emergency, or the medical card will help you, something like that. So similarly, like devotees, when we have devotees around us, sometimes we may not appreciate it. These people got, because everybody got attitude problem. Are recovering. We are coming from the mode of material nature and going into spiritual nature. And somehow, of course, we are trying our best. Every devotee is trying his best, their best. So sometimes they have some tantrum, some attitude and all this. But when the crisis happen, they are the first person to be there to help you. Even I've seen like there's one particular devotee, but he survived. He had a terrible heart attack, and the doctor says he won't survive. And he always loved to criticize my president. He always criticized. But when he was there, when the doctor said no hope, the president of ISKCON Ipoh, His Grace Parabrahma Prabhu, is the one went there, waited outside, and they only allow one person. He went there and sat for hours and chant. Look at that compassion. So usually it's that way, all right? So that's why I say. So that means he said that I am the most dear friend, and I am the creation and annihilation. I'm basis of everything, resting place and eternal seat. Then in 19 we read, oh Arjuna, I give heat and withhold this and send forth the rain. That means he give heat at the same time withhold. That means hold it and send the rain. I'm immortality and I'm also death personified. So that means he's immortal. So that means when we surrender to Krishna, we see the Krishna in the form of immortality. That means the supreme Bhagavan, Sachidananda Vigraha. But at the same time, to the atheists, Krishna come in the form of Yamaraj, Yamaduta. I am the death personified. Nobody can say, I don't believe in God. And Krishna says, yes, you don't believe in me? You have to somehow or other fall at my feet. Right? There's a difference between the devotee dying and the karmi dying. Right? When the devotee dies, he dies in pleasure. So much of pleasure. Like recently we have seen a devotee, right? His Holiness Kadamba Kandana Swami. He was just ready. He refused to take any medicine. He just waited. He said, okay, I'm going to die. Right? Just chant Hare Krishna. And he was just absorbed in Krishna. And you know what? The excitement of going back home is to Godhead. It is more exciting than leaving the body. Right? This he was not morose. But at the same time, we see a karmi dies, is total opposite. Right? So both the spirit and matter is mine. Then 20, we have read, those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planet, worship me indirectly. Right? That means we know that those people are thinking of planets going to heaven is indirect worship of Krishna. So that means is their worship is right or wrong? Still right, according to their mode. And is it authentic? Still authentic. And are they worshiping? Yes, they're also worshiping Krishna. There's no one in the world that cannot remain without worshiping Krishna, whether you do it directly or indirectly. All right. So all right. So purified of sinful reaction, they take birth to on the fire. So after that, through that, when they purified with sinful reaction, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra. There they'll enjoy godly delight. Okay, now the question I want to ask you. Of course, we say that eating beef is very sinful. Every fur in the cow's body, a person has to be born and killed. Right? It's very sinful, it's terrible, this thing. But there's some religious practice, they slaughter cow. So now, are they doing it right or wrong? What do you think?
Wrong, Prabhu.
Wrong? Okay, others? Any other comment?
Because our Sanatana Dharma teach not to slaughter animal all, Prabhu. So it's like often lah.
Yeah.
Other religion, they must slaughter. Other religion like Islam, they must slaughter. So our religion is like ultimate religion.
Okay, it doesn't matter if their religion is right or wrong. The act is right or wrong.
Wrong, very wrong, Prabhu.
Very wrong, eh?
We feel like it's very bad because they're killing Gomada.
Okay. Now, according to that eye of eye of Shastra, all right, it is better people to have some kind of faith, right? It's better for them to have some kind of faith, right? Even for them, they are in so much of spiritual ecstasy and they slaughter the cow, right? Even though that act is extremely sinful, but the faith that they have is still counted, right? I'll try to get the reference for you. It's amazing, it's amazing. So that means, of course, it's sinful, right?
But where's the scriptural basis?
Yeah, that's the thing.
For
I'll get it.
Which verse in the Quran says that you must slaughter cows?
Of course.
Which verse says that you must slaughter cows? If not, you are not a Muslim. If not, Allah won't forgive you. Which verse says that?
There's no verse. There's no verse, right?
Oh, Quran never stated,
Huh?
Oh, in Quran they never state to slaughter.
Yeah. I think Tinishwaran has that evidence. Where was it?
Which surah?
No, I haven't found any such evidence.
Yeah.
And even Abdul Kalam was a pure vegetarian.
Yeah.
So there's no scriptural injunction which says that you must slaughter cows.
Yes.
But it's very obvious why they are doing it.
Yes. In Quran, hadith or something like that, that's but they give us as a volunteer. That means you still have a choice not to do it, but they're doing it. So why they're doing it? Yes, Jiva?
Prabhu, some more, the Ashwamedha Yagam, right? They used to slaughter in our Sanatana Dharma, they used to slaughter horse.
That Ashwamedha Yagya, the slaughter is happening, say like for instance, the horse. All right. First, they take the challenge horse. They bring it to all the place. They'll take around to the whole world, right? And after the horse is really fit and very strong, and only they slaughter. Okay. But this one happens, what they call, only the emperor will do this kind of Ashwamedha Yagya, not everybody. And the process of doing it will take 1 year. If they miss the process, they have to do it again for another 1 year. If anything goes wrong, they can be severely punished. What you can do? Do you know that recently we had a talk on this food? Jiva, the food, about the Dr. Parikshi was speaking about the food.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, you can go there and watch the video. He explained very nicely who can do this kind of slaughters. But in Kali Yuga, all these are not recommended. What are the things prohibited in Kali Yuga? Slaughter of a horse, all right, slaughter of a cow, producing a child from the brother's wife, and all these certain rules and regulations are prohibited in Kali Yuga. Okay, so that one is there. Okay, that evidence is there, right? He was showing what happened if a person makes mistake. That's when Lord Shiva will come and cut off the head of the Daksha. All right, there's a story. You can go to the YouTube channel. You can watch that video on Dr. Parikshit. Dr. Parikshit's talk on the food that kills you or the food that liberates you. Under the title, you can watch that video. All right. Okay. Anyway, so what it says, even like, for instance, those who study Vedas or this thing, people must have some kind of faith. All right. But whatever faith that they are having, if it's not a direct perception to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what Krishna says here, they are worship me indirectly. It's a very indirect worship. All right, indirect worship. So after say, like for instance, the imam or the pastor, or what you call that, father of the church, because they are so much into that. Okay, so what happened? The purification will start, and the next part they will continue, because there is a spiritual evolution. First, you start from here, then some more other evolve. That's why the whole world must have some kind of belief system. All right, there is a constitution of a human nature to have religion. Without religion, the human being is as good as animal. All right, so that's the thing. So it was so surprised to hear, even though they are doing it in a very wrong way. But what is prohibited? What is prohibited here is the maintaining a slaughterhouse. Maintaining slaughterhouse is really prohibited. Okay, prohibited. Say like for instance, they are maintaining a huge slaughterhouse. So that is not fair. And they're producing food. They're producing animal in a very artificial way. They call animal husbandry. So they make the animal to produce more and more. They create the calf just to kill for the leather, right? They kill the calf for the gelatin. You know, sometimes when you take tablet medicine, it contains gelatin. It's from them, right? So these kind of things which is produced just for sense gratification is extremely sinful. All right. So whatever things that said and done, even though that whatever worship that people are doing, what Krishna says here, he's doing it very indirectly. All right. Say like for instance, during that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, when he went and see the what they call the Nawab Shah, right? When he went and did the first civil or disobedience, he went in. All right. So he also didn't stop them from practicing their faith. Krishna could have just went there and just changed all of you, become a Vaishnava devotee. He didn't do that. Right? He just respect the people's what do you call it? The minute independence that everyone has it is still respect. See, so you're independent, minute independence. But when you come to Krishna, Krishna will take care of it. All right. So all that is in Chaitanya Charita Mrita. All right. In text 21, what you have read, when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly pleasure, after they enjoy, okay, they once the pious activity is over, that means once their credit is over, they come back here into the mortal world again. So what we can understand from here is, now you all are considered the most luckiest batch. All right. You all are the most luckiest person, luckiest personality that you have here, whereby you got a chance of relishing the real truth, the truth that is been hidden, the truth that is not been revealed. Okay, just look at the ratio of people who knows this secret. Right. So we do not take that secret from Malaysia or from the world. Okay, out of 7 billion people, right? 700 billion people, I think. How much? What is the population of Earth? 70 billion. That day I was reading. Any idea?
Close to 8 billion.
8 billion,
Yeah.
Okay, out of 8 billion people, how many people are devotees? How many people know Krishna as God? All right. So we don't take that into calculation. Just take your family alone. Right? Just think. Your father or your mother, your father got how many siblings? Your mother have how many siblings? Take them. And say your uncles on your father's side and your aunties and uncles father's side, auntie and uncle your mother's side. Look at all the generation and just take the complete whole. All right. You are the person devotee, and who else? You'll be surprised. Most likely, most probably, maybe you are the only one. Okay. I got a very big family in India and also in Malaysia. Okay. When I look at my family members, right, I can see the one who are very serious, right? The one who have accepted initiation was my sister, my younger sister, and of course my wife, right? And the one who are serious, but okay, he is practicing serious. He's one of my cousin, Ilango, right? So he is practicing. So other than this 3-4 hours, then my father-in-law now 4-5 hours, there's no one. Can you imagine? So it's very rare opportunity you got, right? So please don't miss this opportunity, right? It is okay not to please others, right? It is okay not to please others. After all, it's not going to be matter. It's nothing going to matter. Okay, example, like for instance, say if I say like I stop drinking, suddenly my friend come and say, hey, come la machan, drink la, come la, have fun la, you know, like that. Okay, I said, no, la, once in a while la, just for me la, come on la, we met after, just to oblige him, to make him happy, I drink. What happened? I get drunk, I drive. If I get police, I go into jail. If I met an accident, I may get killed, I can get injured. But end of the day, what are you going to do? You so pity to see. That's all. You have to suffer the consequences. So it's okay not to please others. Be firm and determined, because you have already taken up this practice of bhakti yoga. Even if you missed it, you will go and enjoy vast heavenly sense pleasure. You're going to go to heaven. And after you go to heaven, what happened? The result of the pious activities are exhausted, is finished. Then what happened? They return to the mortal world again. And the problem is, from there to here, it takes 10,000 years. And after 10,000 years, there's no more Hare Krishna, there's no more ISKCON, there's no more Bhakti Yoga. All right, it's full-blown Kali Yuga will start. Then you couldn't again. So not worth it. All right. So then Annaya Chintayantoma. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, Krishna says, those who worship with exclusive devotion. All right. What is exclusive devotion? You never give this thing exclusive. That means according to your own understanding, under your own perception. All right. The gurus and the society give you one standard procedure. All right. This is the standard procedure. But after that, whatever relationship you have with your God is exclusive. Meditating on my transcendental form. Krishna says to meditate on his transcendental form. All right. So Krishna says he's a person. To them, I will carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Krishna guarantees they carry what they lack. What do you lack? And they preserve what they have. So whatever bhakti that you have, he preserve it. And of course, he keep providing you opportunity to further increase. In order for you to become a pure devotee, also by the blessings of Krishna. Right? There are those who devotee of other gods. Now Krishna says, those who devotee of other gods means other kind of worship. All right? So other kind of worship, like what we have discussed just now. All right? Some people worship Allah, some people worship Jehovah, some worship Jesus Christ. Right? Then some worships all the. So whatever things they worship. All right? What Krishna says, those who are devotee of other gods and worship them with faith actually worship me. All right? So actually they are worshiping Krishna. Okay, actually they're worshiping. All right? But Krishna says, yes, they are worshiping me. But Krishna himself agreed that they are doing it in a wrong way. That way, Krishna doesn't agree. But at the same time, Krishna doesn't stop them. Yes, they are worshiping me. Actually, they are worshiping me, right? But they're doing it in the wrong way. That means the wrong way means it's not the way that Krishna likes it. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna comes and say how you should worship him. Krishna is telling you how he likes to be worshipped. All right? Okay. I am the enjoyer, the master of all sacrifice. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Actually, which verse we are supposed to be here? All right. Okay. Then now this is when you look at this 25. Okay, it says those who worship the demigods will take among the demigods. Right? If you are very strong bhakta of certain devatas, okay, we will go to that their planet and be their associate. Those who worship the ancestors, like some people only pray to the forefathers, they go to the ancestors where Patala Loka. Not a nice place to go anyway. Those who worship ghosts and spirit will take birth among such beings. Right? Even Bhutas, right? So what do you call? Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja. Right? That means all these, even those who worship the ghosts and spirit, they will stay with them. Is it nice? Not nice. So, but of course, now for me, I want to control, I want power. For the sake of power, lust of power, I go into occult practice. But all these first, end of the day, you'll be their associate. But those who worship me will live with me. Krishna says, those who worship me will live with me. Okay, now we are coming to the most, because why I'm recapping this thing, because this is the highlight of the verse of this chapter. All right. So now let's look at this. Putrang Pushpang. Okay, Putrang Push. Okay, as added, put the tongue there. Patrang Pushpang Param La. Okay, in Tamil, you know, La. Param Toyang Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tat Ahang Bhaktyu Upahirtang Bhakti. All right, you can combine this word. So Bhaktyu Pahirtam Ashnami Prayatat Manaha. Okay. See how many of you? 7. Patrang Pushpang Parang Toyang Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadahang Bhakti Upahritam Ashnami Prayatat Manaha Putrang Pushpang Palang Toyang Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadahang Bhakti Upahritam Ashnami Prayatat Manaha Patrang Pushpang Palang Toyang Yo me bhaktya prayachati tadahang bhaktyupahirtang ashnami prayatatmanaha. Okay, let's try. Come on. Who wants to start first? Today is Panguni Uttiram. Very auspicious day, full moon. Of course, you may ask, hey, it's supposed to be yesterday, but the Vedic calendar shows today. So on this day, to recite Bhagavad Gita, remember the Bhagavad Gita Mahatmya, to recite Bhagavad Gita on a full moon day, all these auspicious day, it brings a lot of auspiciousness. So please take this opportunity to recite the Sanskrit verse. Come on, start with Darasi Mataji, then followed by Jiva. Haribol, anybody home?
Prabhu,
Yes. Okay, Saraswati, you can start, please.
Patram Pushpam Param Toya Yo me Bhaktya
Prayachati.
Prachati Tat Aham Bhakti Gubhatradam
Mhm.
Asnami Prayata
Manaha. Very good.
Manaha.
Very nice.
Sorry, Prabhu.
No problem. Okay, next. Who's going to be the next? Come on, we have no time. Faster, quick.
I tried.
Shiva, yes. Okay, Arasi Mataji, yes.
Patram pushpam palam tomi
Toyam.
toyam yo me bhakta prachayati tat aham bhakti upattam asnami prayata manam.
Prayatatmanam. Very nice. Nice, nice.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I missed all of you. So nice to be here. All right, next. Jiva. Then after that, Saras Mataji, Karpiya Saras Mataji. Today, everybody
Pat-
must recite. Yes.
Patram Pushpam Param Toyam Yo me Bhaktya Prayachati Tat Aham Bhaktya Uprahirtam. Correct, Prabhu? Huh?
Yes, yes, yes. Correct.
Ya Bhaktyu Parhirtam
Mhm.
Ashnami
Ashnami. Ashnami.
Ashnami Prayatat Manaha.
Wonderful, wonderful. Very nice. Karpiya Saras Mataji, are you ready? Tachayani Mataji?
Okay, I'll try.
Yes,
Prabhu.
Mataji.
Patram pushpam palam toyang yo me bhaktiya
Prayachati.
prayachati tat aham bhaktiyo upartam
Okay.
ashnami prayata manaha.
Very good. Very nice.
Prabhu.
Next. Who's next? Tachayani Mataji, Tineshwaran. Are you there?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Haribol.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadam bhakti upaltam ashnami prayatatmanaha.
Yes. I really like the way that you recite Sanskrit. Anyway, thank you. You know what? Remember that you told me how to recite Bengali? Finish?
What for CC?
Every day we have to recite that whole verse, that complete verse.
Oh,
So
okay.
your suggestion, the way I sang, I mean, my turn is this next Friday. And it was really nice. All right, good, good, good. Thank you. Okay, Tachayani Mataji, are you there? Okay, she's not there. All right. So, Patrang Pushpang Palang Toyang Yo Me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadahang Bhakti Upahirtang Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. All right. Patram. Patra means leaf. Leaf. Pushpam. Pushpa means flower. All right. Flower. Palam. Palam means fruit. Toyam. Toyam means water. Yah. Whoever. Me. Unto me. Bhaktya. This is the most important. Bhaktya. With devotion. Highlight this word, bhaktiya, with devotion. Prayachati. Prayachati means offer. All right, offer. That aham, I, bhakti upakritam, offered in devotion. Ashnami, accept. Prayata atmanaha, from one in pure consciousness. All right. So it's a very simple verse, but this, you'd be wondering, why did I go behind and read? Because I just want to concentrate in this one verse for today. It has so much of gem and jewel that we should appreciate. So what Krishna says, if one offers me with love. So the highlight of the word is love and devotion. Right? Love and devotion. What he says, a leaf, that means a tulasi, a flower, a fruit, or water. Or means what? That means you can give any one of these. He didn't say, give me leaf, flower, fruit, water. He said, a leaf, flower, fruit, or water. I will accept it. I will accept it. All right. But of course, when you go to eat, when you eat a nice meal at home, you just give him one tulsi, don't lie, not nice, right? Or if you really can't afford something, just give for some water. Krishna will be very happy. So what we can understand from here, that this process of what they call worshipping Krishna, okay, can be performed by anyone. All right, you do not need to have lots of expensive things to do. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the purport. Purport and translation by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Teacher. For the intelligent person, okay, for the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness. So for the intelligent person, it is essential, all right, to be in Krishna consciousness, engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord in order to achieve a permanent blissful abode of the eternal happiness. All right, a permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness. So that means for the intelligent person, it is essential, it's a must to be in Krishna consciousness, because only through Krishna consciousness we can go to the permanent situation, which is full of bliss and eternal. All right. The process of achieving such a, the process of achieving such a marvelous result, okay, say marvelous result, is very easy achieving. Okay, give me a second. My children will start fighting already. 1 second. All right, Hare Krishna. Okay. So, all right. So, what Prabhupada is telling, the process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor. Even can be attempted even by the poor people, extremely poor, without any kind of qualification. What qualification do you need? Do you need to be a Brahmana? Do you need to be very highly educated? Not necessary. Do you need to be very rich? No. Even anyone without any kind of qualification. The only qualification, Prabhupada says, the only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. That is the only qualification. The pure devotee of the Lord. What is that pure devotee? I think we discussed that before. All right. Pure devotee means the devotee who have nothing but Krishna in his life. All right. Like for instance, you say, I'm a pure vegetarian. What does it mean by pure vegetarian? That means you do not take anything that is the food in mode of passion and ignorance, like patai. You do not take durian. You do not take what they call what is that? You know that what kalang, what do you call it? Mushroom, right? You don't take mushroom, or you do not take onion and garlic, or anything. So that's what we call a pure vegetarian. Yes, Jiva, Jiva, yes.
Prabhu, Pattai, durian, all you say just now is my favorite, Prabhu.
What is that?
Pattai, durian,
Uh,
it's all my favorite. Mushroom also my favorite, you know.
now you want to be a pure devotee or not? You think for yourself. Go to chapter 17. There's a 3 mode of nature, the food in mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. It's okay. All right. Don't rush it. What we also always say, chant Hare Krishna until you get a higher taste, this mundane taste will go away. I like the way you say it. My favorite. Yeah, my favorite too. But now you become tasteless for that. Anyway, so that's pure. That means pure means you don't have any taint. Similarly, when you become a pure devotee of Lord, means that means you are fully absorbed. It does not matter what one is, where one is situated. It doesn't matter. The process is so easy. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord. In what? In genuine love. That's the most important, genuine love. And the Lord will be pleased to accept it. Right? He'll be pleased. Okay, when you talk about Mahabharata, there's one story here. Krishna will be invited to the house of Duryodhana, if I'm not mistaken. Duryodhana was prepared a feast. At the same time, Vidura also prepared a feast. But Vidura is extremely poor. Duryodhana is very rich. Right? So, so what happened? Krishna chose not to go to that house. But he went to the house of Vidura, to the poor man's house. And the Vidura's wife, when he saw Krishna, she was in so much of ecstasy, she couldn't take her eyes away from him. And the only thing that they can offer to Krishna was fruit, was banana. And because Krishna, the wife of Vidura was so much in attraction looking at Krishna, you know what she does? She opened the peel and throw the fruit and give the peel. Okay, பழத்தை தூக்கி போட்டு தோலை தான் கொடுத்தாங்க. It's not purposely. She was like, took and give. And Krishna saw that she's giving so much of love, and Krishna simply accept and eat it. Right? So that's one example. So Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness. So no one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness. Okay? Because it is so easy and universal. It's so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious? Who is that fool? Who is such a fool that does not want to be in Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfection of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Who is that? No, sometimes you say, oh, that guy. No, it doesn't matter. Like a Sudama, right? You know the story of Sudama? He went and looked for Krishna. He came and looked for Krishna. And he brought some, what they call, chick, what they call, owl. I don't know what, cheap rice. Right? By the time he reached the palace of Krishna, through the rain and everything, cheap rice became moist. Okay, waste like a tea. All right, it's become moist, and the cheap rice become moist. It's not nice, right? Urij, Tanila Urij. Then after that, when Krishna said, so you came with empty-handed? What did you bring for me? I said, well, you brought me something. Then he said, what is in your thing? What do you? I said, okay, there you took. Cheap rice. He just took it. And it's so much of pleasure. Right? So that means Krishna doesn't see what you give, but Krishna sees how much you love him, because that's what Krishna wanted. Right? Krishna doesn't want anything from you. Krishna is not putting any rules and regulations. You want to worship me, you must do this ritual, that ritual. No, you don't care what ritual you can do. He is just not bothered. For him, He just want your love. And that love is to be untainted, without intention. Right? Because with intention is not love, it's cunningness, right? Right? So those I mean, he just want love. And if we can give him that love, Krishna will be very pleased. All right. So Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Okay, it's mentioned here. Krishna only wants loving service and nothing more. Krishna accepts even a flower from a pure devotee. He does not want any kind of offering from non-devotee, but he does not want, okay, he does not want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. Right? Suddenly you see one millionaire come into the temple, they do this kind of offering, this thing. We are thinking, wow, he's doing something, but actually Krishna will reject his offering. All right. Anyway, he's not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient. And yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. In exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest. So, look at this. To develop what? Krishna consciousness, yes, is the highest perfection of life, my dear devotees, friends. So you are all here. So we are having classes non-stop. All right, now we are having this, and Dr. Tinesh is already part of our tutor, trainer, and soon we're going to have Mr. P.V. Subra, who have just finished Bhakti Sastri. He's going to give class in Tamil. I told him, can you start giving class in Tamil, because he already did Bhakti Sastri, right? So he said he agreed. So once everything's okay, we're going to have a Tamil class, right? Then my daughter also finished a Bhakti Sastri. She's going to come and give a talk for the youth. So we're going to have 7 days program. Okay, 7 days program. And of course, Madhura Mohan Prabhu also is there to give class. So that means we're going to have non-stop program. And why are we doing this non-stop program? In fact, by the grace of Dr. Tinesh, we have already got our own, we also have our own Zoom link. And we also have our YouTube link, right? With all these wonderful things, we are going to work for what? Because we want people to develop their Krishna consciousness, right? But this is not an instructive. Let me say the statement that I made. We want people to become Krishna conscious. Yes, that's one of our agenda. But do you know that we have our hidden agenda? The hidden agenda is the more we teach, the more we ourselves learn and appreciate. You understand? So why am I so excited talking about this? Because I feel I am learning more while speaking. Sometimes you're wondering, I've read through Bhagavad Gita so many times. How come you miss? Because Bhagavad Gita is a very mysterious book. And you will understand the Bhagavad Gita according to the maturity you have. Right? So it's okay. So that's the highest perfection of life, that develop Krishna consciousness. We want to develop Krishna consciousness within all of us. Let's all of us become Krishna conscious. We work as a team. And if at all Krishna please, if at all our spiritual master approves, right? We all go back home, back to Godhead and go to the eternity and not to be born here again. Right? So what profit we make? There's no profit. Some people ask, so you're doing this, so what profit do you make? I say very simple. I'm gaining my experience. What experience of what? That means I'm learning. I'm learning and appreciating. I'm learning more and more. All right. So this is a chance for me, right, to study along with you. That's why I'm not giving my personal opinion. I am reading from Prabhupada because I think Prabhupada's opinion is perfect. My opinion is very imperfect. So the develop Krishna conscious is the highest perfection of life. So what Prabhupada says, to develop pure Krishna conscious, he didn't say that, or to develop, to become a perfect in Krishna conscious, he didn't say that. He said to develop. That means when you are all here, sitting here, developing a Krishna consciousness, so what we understand from here, you are perfecting your life to the highest perfection. Isn't that fantastic? What do you think? Maybe you can send message if you don't want to answer. Isn't that good? No comment, Alamak. Anyway, it's okay. I feel I'm talking to myself. Okay, at least you can put thumbs up so I can understand that some of you are responding. Okay, anyway. So, Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse. So now I think, so Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse. All right, mentioned twice in this verse. And in order to declare more empathetically that Bhakti, or devotional service is the only means to approach. That means bhakti or devotional service is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, all right? That's the only means to approach Krishna, bhakti. No other condition such as becoming a Brahmana, a learned scholar. Okay, now let's look at this. It's very interesting. All right, this one I marked in a different thing. Okay, now, when you see, no other condition such as becoming a Brahmana, a learned scholar, or very rich man, or a great philosopher can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Okay, that means no other condition. Oh, that means, oh, I need to be a Brahmana? No. Oh, I need to be a learned scholar? No. Oh, I don't know anything about head and tail about bhakti. It doesn't matter. I don't know anything head and tail about the Shastra. It doesn't matter. All right. Oh, I must be very rich. Then only I want to serve Krishna with all these diamonds and golds. Right? I want to offer Krishna on a golden plate. No. Oh, I want to be a great philosopher. Oh, some people speak very well. No, not necessary. All these things can to induce Krishna to accept the offering. No, you can't induce Krishna to take any offering. Krishna will reciprocate to a situation where you can offer pure love. Right? Even for us to be here, even despite we may have our own belief system, despite we may have a later. So in fact, despite of we having our own belief system, we have our own way of life, or we have our own preference, or say like, okay, like not chanting regularly or not following the 40. We may have that. But why are we still sitting here listening to the talk? Right? Why? Can I say something? One in your lifetime, there was one situation you became so ecstatic with Krishna. Can I say that? ஏதோ ஒரு காலகட்டத்துல நீங்க வந்து கிருஷ்ணா கிட்ட வந்து ரொம்ப ஓவரான ஒரு நேசம், ஒரு பாசம் மாதிரி நடந்திருக்கு. ஆமா இல்லையா? யாருக்கு நடக்கல அப்படி? Who never experienced that? Harsi Mataji, Jiva Prabhu, Saras Mataji, Mano Vilas Mataji. Is there any time in your life that suddenly you had some kind of ecstatic feeling with Krishna? Hello? You can hear me or not? Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. நடந்திருக்கா Mataji?
Yes.
Okay. That means you felt something very ecstatic about Krishna.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to do so.
Okay, good. How about Mano Vilasavati Mataji? நீங்க on பண்ணிட்டு off பண்ணிட்டீங்க. How about others?
Yes, sir.
All of you experienced that, huh?
Yeah.
So, you know something that is called bhava. And bhava vandute, it's very significant. We may get it. We might have only got it once. ஒரு தடவை கிடைச்சிருக்கலாம். But that one feeling of bhava will make you hook with Krishna birth after birth. Maybe your bhava feeling hooked you. Maybe you have felt that bhava or that ecstatic love. Maybe or 2 minutes or 1 minute. I remember when we were reading that Bhagavad Gita, right? 700 verses recite the same. I remember one Mataji. I can't recall her name. When we were reading chapter 18, did any one of you were there? Suddenly she burst out crying. Yara running that situation. Was Jiva was there?
No, Prabhu.
Oh, Manu Mataji, you were there.
No, Prabhu, no.
Suddenly she burst out crying. What she cried? When Krishna says, wherever there is Krishna, wherever there's a great charioteer, wherever there's Arjuna, there's a great archer, that place shall not see defeat. Almost Sunday when she burst out crying. And because of her, many people were like, became choked. What? அது என்ன அப்படி சொல்லிட்டாங்க? சும்மா கதை தானே. I mean, just what made her? That's ecstatic love. That one ecstatic love happened to you at least 1 second in your lifetime in bhakti. And that 1 second ecstatic love will make you hook with Krishna birth after birth. You will never get away. That means, in other words, you know what it means? You have taken the bite. You have taken the bait. கொக்கியில மாட்டிக்கிட்டீங்க, வசமா மாட்டிக்கிட்டீங்க. கிருஷ்ணா வந்து மேல போட்டுட்டு கொக்கி வச்சுட்டு காத்திருக்காரு, யாராவது மாட்டுவாங்களான்னு. எந்த ஆத்மா என்னை பிடிக்க போகுது, டக்குன்னு பிடிச்சிட்டீங்க. சம்டைம் when you see fishing, பிடிச்சோடனே அது என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னா விட்டு பிடிப்பாங்க. They don't immediately take. Sometimes they let it run. ஓடிட்டு இழுத்துட்டு then they let go. Pull. அப்ப Krishna is letting you go. But you must always remember the hook is in your mouth. Krishna is not going to give up on you. If you give up on Krishna, Krishna will make sure that he will remind you, I am there and you caught my bait. You, whether you like it or not, you are coming back to my abode. Right? The question is, when do you want to come? Krishna asked you a question, when do you want to come? The only answer you can give, the date that you feel like going back home. You cannot tell him, no, Krishna, I don't feel like coming. Nothing. That answer is not acceptable. The only answer that he asked, when you want to come back. Yes, Krishna, I think I'll come back this birth itself. Very well. No, Krishna, I think I still have some excitement. I just want to go on with life. I think I'll come back to you maybe next birth. Fair enough. I think, Krishna, I want to come back to you maybe after 3 births. All right, well done. I think, Krishna, I want to come back to you after 7 births. Okay, I will wait for you. That means you have to tell the date that you want to go back to him. He will never accept the answer. No, I don't want to come back to you. No, he will never accept that answer. You know why? Because you have taken the bait. You know what I mean by taking the bait? And the hook, the mean pidikum the hook. You have taken the bait. Krishna is holding you now. So what we all are trying to do, we are trying our best, attempting that whether we are fortunate, that means we are trying our best to chant Hare Krishna. We are trying our best to fast on Ekadasi. We are trying our best to follow the 4 regulative principles. We are trying our best to learn more and more so that we learn, because the more you know Krishna, the more you love Krishna. So we want to try to learn from him in many different scriptures. Why? If possible, we want to go back this birth itself. Okay. So the more that you set your goals, Krishna, please take me back from this birth itself. Krishna will prepare everything for you to take you back from this birth itself. All right. So you have taken the bait. All of you have taken the bait. And definitely B-A-I-T, B-A-I-T. You have taken the bait, whether you like it or not, you are, and all of us are definitely going back home, back to Godhead. Maybe this is our final, or maybe this birth can be our semi-final, or maybe this birth can be our quarter-final, or maybe this birth, that means you are like a World Cup qualifier. You have already qualified to go into World Cup. That means you have already qualified to go back home to Godhead. Your visa is approved, right? So it depends. So how long? But we take India visa, they give you 6 months or 1 year. But this visa is birth after birth. Once you got this visa, that's it, you got it. All right? So that's the thing. So that's the thing. So what it says, so all these kind of great things doesn't. The only thing Krishna wants is your pure love. How much love can you give to Krishna? That's what he wanted from you. Right? We thought the basic principle of bhakti. We thought the basic principle. This bhakti is a basic principle. Right? Bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. Bhakti is not a causal, all right? The process is eternal. Okay, and the saying anything is, it is the direct action in service to the absolute whole. This is the direct action. All right? Any questions?
No, Prabhu.
Okay, great. Okay, now only we are going to do the second paragraph. You know how many paragraphs are this book? I think we will also continue next week because such a long paragraph. Okay. We try to finish now. Here, Lord Krishna have established that he is the only enjoyer. Now let's look at this. Lord Krishna says, as he has established that he is the only enjoyer, he is the one who only enjoys. The primeval Lord and the real object of all sacrificial offering. He's the real thing, right? Of all the sacrificial offering. Reveal that what types of sacrifice he desired to be offered. It also reveals the types of sacrifice he desire. to be offered. Sometimes they offering cow, they're slaughtering and all this. Okay, all that, but he's putting his preference, what he likes. So patram toyam pushpam, right? So if one wishes to engage in devotional service, that means, in other words, if one wishes, what does it mean? To engage in devotional service is your wish, because Krishna given you minute independence to the Supreme in order to be purified. That means, if one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service to God, then one should find out what the Lord desire of him. So we have to find out what we want, right? So example, if you're a great chef, you're a good cook, okay, suddenly the palace appoint you as a royal cook, right? The palace appoint you as a royal cook. So you go to the Istana Negara and you go to cook for the Agum. You don't cook what you like to cook. Okay, today I feel I think I'm going to cook khichdi and give to Agum. Can you do that? Do you know khichdi? I think good for Agum. Okay, Agum, today I make khichdi, tomorrow I make rasam. Finish. They'll kick you out from the palace. So what you should do? You should go and tell him, dear Agum, what do you like to eat? You have to cook what he likes, right? So similarly, when we want to go back, we want to go into the transcendent loving service of the God, that we should find out what the Lord desires of him, what he wants from me. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants. And he avoids, now look at this, avoid offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. So what are the things unasked? Okay, the thing that is not desirable by Lord and cannot be offered to the Lord is what? Meat, fish, eggs should not be offered to Krishna. Sometimes sometimes be careful. Like when you're going to cook this mock meat, like vegetarian chicken, vegetarian mutton, please take note. It contains egg. Sometimes they say it's vegan, right? Vegan, but how far is true? After that, you see they cook in the same facility that also process egg. So the best is try to avoid eating mock meat. Right? It is not healthy, and I don't know, it's not tasty also. Right? Okay, but I want to eat something feeling like that. Maybe you can take meal maker, soya meat. That's okay. Right? Okay. So you should not offer. If he desired such things as offering, if he think, he would have said so. If he liked that, he said, oh, you give me chicken 65, okay, mutton varuval or omelette. He should have said that. He said no. Right? He would have said that. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, and flower and water. That's all he requested. Be given to him. And he says, this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetable, grains, fruits, milk, and water are the proper food of the human being. All right? It's a proper food. What is that? Vegetables, grains, fruits, milk, and water are the proper food for the human being and are prescribed by the Lord, Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him. Since we will not accept it, thus we cannot be acting on or level on the living devotion that we offer such food. Okay, example, why they say that you cannot eat durian, because all this durian usually cannot offer to Krishna. So a devotee says that, okay, I don't take anything that can't be offered to Krishna, so we avoid it. Okay, but of course, you don't fake it. If you really like it, you go on taking it, but make sure you chant Hare Krishna. That's the most important, right? Like myself, we are all called durian kings. We were, my uncle used to buy. We all don't buy 2 durian, 3 durian. We buy one booth full of durian. One booth full of durian. Last time when you staying in Jalamandara near Ipoh, that area, that once you come out, it's an area all, it's called durian lane, of durian stalls. There's so many durians. So, and there were so many durians, we eat so many durians, until we feel like sick eating durian. Okay? We become sick eating durian. Why my hands is up? Okay. So what I'm saying is, down, unstable. Okay. So sometimes we feel so sick with durian. Okay. When I heard that you can't offer durian to Krishna, so what we do? So we just simply give it up. We give it up because we are not a vegetarian, we are prasaditarian. Anything that you can offer to Krishna, we don't eat. Simple as that. In third chapter, verse 13, Sri Krishna explained that only the remains of sacrifice are purified. Okay, the remains of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life, released from the clutches of material engagement. So what is remains of sacrifice? That means once we offer food to Krishna, we take the remnants. That's why we call the remnants. That means we take the offer to Krishna, dear Krishna, please accept. So after we offer, we take the remnants. That means the food that I've eaten by Krishna. So that is what they call the remains of the sacrifice. The remains, all right? That's a fit for the food, all right? Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says the same verse, all right? But he says those who do not make offering of their food. Okay, those who don't offer to food, you know what Krishna says? The same verse are eating only sin. Okay? Anything that food that you don't offer to Krishna, you are eating only sin. All right? So you have to be careful. That's why we say on Ekadasi day, you may ask why Ekadasi day you don't take the grains. Now it's a time for me to tell you. Or because initially when I tell you, it can be very shocking. But the thing is, in situation, there was a situation, there's one story in Purana, Yamaraj was very despondent. When they had a gathering in Brahmaloka, Yamaraj came there, he was very sad. Right? He dejected. Then all the devatas would look at Yamaraj and ask, what happened to you? You are the most fearful personified of you, right? But why you look so dull? Say, I have no job to do. What? I got no job to do. What? Yeah, there's nobody is coming to me. There's no sinful people for me to punish, right? Really? Okay. Then I said, because nobody's coming. Everybody fasting on Ekadasi or something like that, no? After Brahma will say, okay, now mine, I will create a situation. It says, on Ekadasi day, please mark me here. On Ekadasi day, all the sin personified. Just imagine, all the sin. Okay, the head of the sin. Okay, all the sin personified. You know, sin personified. All right, what are the sins that you can think of in this world? Horrible sin like abortion, killing a pregnant cow, or killing the cow and cooking the cow or cooking fish, whatever is under the sin personified. The sin, Mr. Sin will keep it. And he says, on Ekadasi day, the sin personified will hide in grains. Where will hide? In grains. So if he hides in grain, and on that day, if you eat grain, you are eating all the sins that are available in the universe. Of course, I cannot tell you the story when you first started. Of course, it's going to be shocking for everyone. What nonsense is this? What story is there? Oh. So that's why we say be fruitarian. Simply take fruits and roots. That's all. Don't need to take anything. And also, we also say in such a way, you rest your stomach. All right. So let me say, the food that we eat, of course, there's a life. There's a life for. I think this Sunday we're going to talk about prasadam as it is. Please come and join the talk by Dr. Parikshit. Okay. We're going to talk about what are the food that can be offered and what are the food cannot be offered. Anyway, so the food that we eat that we don't offer to Krishna, we are eating sin. But we're going to eat grains on Ekadasi. That's it. All the sins in the world will come to you. But what happens if you fast on Ekadasi? All the sins that you accumulated as big as Mount Meru will be burned into ashes on that one particular day if you fast. So Krishna have given you two extreme situations. You eat grains, you take all the sins. If you don't eat grains, I'll burn all the sins that you have. Isn't it good deal? So be fast lah. You know, after all, it's good, right? I hope all of you are fasting. Have you heard about this before? This is the first time you're all hearing this?
First time, Prabhu.
Oh, first time you're listening. Yeah? I hope you're not worried, Mataji.
No, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Just started fasting. Once the Bhagavad Gita class start panona, I started fasting for Ekadasi, Prabhu.
Oh, okay. You joined my Bhagavad Gita class, right? That Gita Gyan?
Yeah.
Great. That's the thing. It is very nice to fast actually. Give a break to your stomach. Okay. Anyway. So now, if possible, try to cook something that can offer to Krishna. Try. Step by step, right? Of course, we must understand we are in Kali Yuga and we are so conditioned, all right? But because we are conditioned means that means we are not incurred sins. Of course, we do incur sin. But what I'm saying is better for us to start gradually. We chant Hare Krishna. And while we are chanting more and more Krishna's name, eventually you'll come to the level of purified, that eventually you give up all these things naturally. In other words, they are very mouthful simply. All right. In other words, they are very mouthful is simply deepening the involvement in the complexity of the material nature. So what Prabhupada is telling, every mouthful rice you put, you are actually drowning more and more into material nature. Drowning. Okay. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes. What Prabhupada said? Nice, but simple vegetable dishes. Simple. You don't need to cook something very grand. And offering them before the picture of the deity of the Lord Krishna. And after that, he says, bowing down and praying for him to accept such humble offering. After you put the food, please fall down and say, please, dear Krishna, please accept this. Humble. The best is offered to Prabhupada. If you don't have Prabhupada, take the Bhagavad Gita. There's a Prabhupada photo there, right? There's a photo of Prabhupada there. Just put the thing, okay. Then, bowing down and praying to him, accept such humble offering. So what happened? It will enable one to advance steadily in life and to purify the body and to create fine brain tissues, which will lead to clear thinking. All right? It will create a clear thinking. Okay. How to remove the hand? Huh? Why my hands up suddenly? It's so annoying.
You must go to the reaction, Prabhu, and then lower your hand.
Reaction. Huh? Oh, no wonder when I raise my hand, the hand goes up. La. Oh, okay.
No, below got the reaction access button.
Stop recording, breakout room, recognize reaction. Okay, reaction. Oh, lower hand. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, okay, which leads to the clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with, the offering should be made with the attitude of love. Okay. We must think, okay, how much Krishna going to enjoy the food? All right. And Krishna has no need of food since he already possesses everything that yet. But he will accept the offering if one desires to please him. All right. In that way, the important element is preparation in serving and in offering, is to act with love for Krishna. Okay. That means, in other words, when you're preparing the food, it starts from the preparation. Okay. How you should prepare, not simply prepare. Okay. The preparation must start from love. Okay. Okay. Anyway. The impersonalist philosopher who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend this verse. Okay, what do you mean? The impersonalist. Who is impersonalist? The person who always believes that God is formless. Okay, they cannot comprehend this verse of Bhagavad Gita. They cannot comprehend this. They cannot understand this. To them, it is either metaphor or proof of mundane character of Krishna. For them, is either it's just a metaphor, just a quote, or a proof that Krishna is mundane, Krishna is human being, or the speaker of Bhagavad Gita. But in actually, Krishna, the supreme Godhead, has sense. He's a person. And it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other. This is what it means to say that Krishna is absolute. Okay, example, our senses are limited. We can use the eyes only to see. We can use the nose just to smell. We can use the tongue just to hear. And we can use the tongue just to taste. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna can use his eyes to see and also to taste your food, to relish your food. When you offer food to Krishna, Krishna just looked at it, that means he's sitting. Right? Krishna can sing through the ears. Krishna can see through them. That means he's absolute. That means his senses are perfect. But our senses in material world only can do one task. All right. Lacking sense. Okay. He could hardly be considered full of all opinions. Okay. So what it means to say that Krishna is absolute. Lacking senses, he could hardly be considered full in all opulence. In the 7th chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entity with the material nature. What he says? 7th chapter, he says that he impregnates the living entity into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. That means how he do it in Bhagavad, we can see by looking upon the material nature. That means he just look at the material nature and the material nature become impregnated just by looking. All right. So that is absolute. That means by looking, he can make the material nature become pregnant, and from that all the souls appeared. All right. So in that instance, Krishna hearing the devotee's word of love in offering foodstuff is only identical with his eating and actually tasting. All right. By hearing, he's actually eating and tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he described himself, that means only devotee who accepts Krishna as he described himself. That means we accept the Krishna as how he described himself. We don't make our own assumption. Without interpretation, can understand that the supreme absolute truth can eat food and enjoy it. All right. So it's nice, wonderful verse. All right. We can go on talking about this verse, even chapter after, every paragraph. Right. So do you have any questions, any comment? Next week we do 27. Any question?
No, Prabhu.
Next week is going to be even more beautiful. Yat karosi yat ashnasi. Yat juhosi dadasi yat. Yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurusva mat arpanam. It says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, and whatever you give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do it, O son of Kunti, as offering to me. It's beautiful verse. Please don't miss next week. All right. So thank you so much for your time. And I think Tineshwaran is going to do a thematic study tomorrow. So I hope that all of you can join his class. Tomorrow, right, Tinesh? Friday?
Yes, I'll be murdering Tamil for 90 minutes tomorrow.
What is it?
I'll be murdering Tamil for 90 minutes tomorrow.
Murdering.
Yeah.
Murdering.
Yeah.
Cherry, the record.
Yeah, because if we actually these sacrifices were also performed in the also mentioned in the Vedas.
Yeah.
So like that's the best they can come up with, and then they start to talk about Ashwamedha Yajna and all that. So I just want to ask if they want to compare this slaughtering of goats to Ashwamedha Yajna. So did they during the ancient times, did they do Ashwamedha Yajna for like 500 packs or 1,000 packs? Because their comparison is like that. They slaughter goats. I mean, I'm talking about our community first. They slaughter goats and then they plan for 500 or 1,000 packs, and then they want to compare with the Ashwamedha Yajna. So I just want to know whether during the time of Ashwamedha Yajna, did they also plan for 500 or 1,000 packs? Was it like that?
Yeah. All right. See, okay. First of all, you are asking about that the slaughtering cows and different with the slaughtering goats, right? Okay. You see, if a person murders a normal person, maybe he can get 20 years in jail, right? If the murder is like quite distinct, it can go up to this thing. But if you murder a VIP, if you murder a politician, what will happen to you? Straight away sentenced to death, right? So that's the thing. So we say, oh, what is it? What is the difference between murder a cow and murder a goat? There's a big difference. All right. When you look at these Puranas, the I think we study that in Bhagavatam as we go on. What are the types of animals that are allowed to eat according to Markandeya Purana? What are the animals we can eat? Okay, the animals that we can eat is dog, pig, and goat.
Mm.
Okay, dog, pig, goat can be considered, can be eaten. All right, but of course, after the even we eat, so we don't straight away cut and eat. We have to offer to the deities. All right, and and the what they call the thing that it's not allowed to do it. Right, the one that is not allowed to do it is what they call like horse, cow. Cow is so sacred; it's not allowed. All right. So when we look at this Ashwamedha means what they call.
But actually, my problem is that whenever, if we mention regarding the sin of cow slaughter and all that, um, people tend to pinpoint that even Indians do it in the temple, like slaughtering goats, and then they straight away go to the Ashwamedha Yagya. So I don't know what kind of comparison is this.
Okay.
Like
Ashwamedha
comparing
Yagya, we
apples
must
with
understand.
oranges.
First of all, we must
Mm.
understand what is Ashwamedha Yagya. Okay, Indians perform Ashwamedha Yagya. The question is who did it? Not ordinary people, an emperor. Right? An emperor does. And how do the emperor do? Emperor will take their challenge horse. All right, they take the challenge horse. That means they take the horse, and the horse will be traveling to it will just let loose the horse. And the horse the horse will be running, and behind the soldiers will be following. So once the horse say like release in Hastinapura, all right, when what they call what is it? Yudhishthira was doing this Ashwamedha. You have a sacrifice. Oh, he just let go the horse. When the horse from this what they call from this Hastinapura, Delhi, say it suddenly go into Jaipur. Okay, the thing is straight. That means they just let go the horse. The horse will simply straight to any countries. When it strays to go into one kingdom, when it goes in, the king of that kingdom will have option. The king will welcome you, okay, and give you feast. That means he accept you as his ally, Sekutu. Or if he capture the horse, that means he's asking for a fight. That means he doesn't agree to say that that your king is going to be emperor. So there'll be war. You understand? Okay, like example, it happened in Ramayana. All right, when Ramachandra sent his horse and Lakshmana will be taking the horse will go into the hermitage of Valmiki. So then what happened?
The boy stopped it.
The Lavakusha will catch the horse and keep it. And Yudhishthira says, Lakshmana says, hey, who the hell, who captured my horse? All right, come, let's fight. And these two fellows says, who are you? And Lakshmana, look, who are you? Two beautiful boys. I'm Lavakusha. You want to fight with me. So Lavakusha gave a good fight. Because Lakshmana couldn't identify them as the son of Ram. You understand? So they have to capture, they fight, or this thing. So like that, the horse will travel all over the place. All the land, let me say, it goes south, it can go, even go to China, Iran, and all this. It goes everywhere. The land mass. After it goes, it come back, it will take something like 1 year. 1 year later, the horse will be brought back. And in that 1 year, that means they will prepare tons of ghee, tons of this thing. And the wife of the king will slaughter the horse. And how they slaughter? They slaughter with 3 stroke. They take the sword and 3 stroke. 1, 2, 3. The head will fall down. Okay. 3 stroke. A 3 stroke of that sword, the head will get severed. After the thing gets severed, then they take the meat and they offer to the fire. When the spark of the fire touches the meat, immediately the horse will be liberated and get a human form. So the idea about Ashwamedha Yagya, that means it takes many forms of life. Example, Kallagi, Puluagi, Mannagi, Idagi. Okay, come to the animal kingdom, the 5 sense animal kingdom. What is the topmost animal kingdom? Among the animal, what is the topmost? Cow. Because after cow, the next birth, you'll get a human form. All right? So the horse is before the cow. You got it? So you're going to take another, you're going to take process right? To get a human being. And after the human being also got what, 400,000 types of human being, right? They have aborigines, semi-human, then human, I mean animal human, and aborigines like that. So immediately you will be liberated. You can come to that, you'll born into the family of Brahmana when we do that kind of slaughter. Okay, that is that idea. It is not simply to eat and cook and eat. So the Ashwamedha Yagya is performed by the royalty who want to proclaim their situation like emperor. Not like how the Japanese emperor. The Japan tried to conquer the world by killing them and create fear, right? With their mighty arm. That's what happened all over the world. When you look at the European emperor and all these people tried, the Ottoman emperor, right? Empire. How they did? They went and capture, they kill them, they make them so scared they don't want to revolt. To prove that that means he's the emperor who controlled the big vast kingdom. But the Vedic world was not like that. The emperor is proclaimed through Ashwamedha. He let go the cow, the horse. The horse will run into any state, and behind the soldiers will come. Right? You do not need to create war. You do not need to have enmity. You do not need to be their enemy. After that, you know what happened? They said, okay, you have accepted to become a ally. So then they'll give them a very polite invitation. Okay, now we're going to proclaim that my brother Yudhishthira is going to be declared as the king, as the emperor of the world. We'd like to welcome you. And of course, the king will start to give him so much of present. They give their gold and this thing as a gift. And they take it and they go. They go to the next place. They go to the next place. And any place they capture, they say, I don't agree with you, then the fight will happen. All right? They go to the east, west, south, or north. So that's what happened. But that is not for the sense gratification. We are not saying is that for the, when we do town planning, according to the Bhagavad, what are the town planning we need to do? First, we need to create a palace, an opposite palace. The next to the second step after the palace is a prison. First, they set a place to build palace. And second, they set a place to build prison. After that, they start to plan all the things. And one of the places they plan is brothel, prostitution center, brothel. All right, because to fulfill the desire of a low-born man, low mentality. Okay, it's better to create a brothel than the guy who crazy maniac to go around raping women. So it's better for them. So do that. So similarly, in Markandeya Purana, it says it allows to people who have the mentality of the rogues, thieves, who are very aggressive kind of people. I say, okay, for you kind of people, you cannot tolerate without eating meat. So this is the recommendation that you eat meat. And that recommendation also, that you only slaughter this animal, especially goat, on Ammavasya day, not other days, not as you like, right? You slaughter the animal on Ammavasya day, and that day you have a feast of meat. All right. It is not that the criticism of what Prabhupada did. Prabhupada was not into, he knows that we cannot stop people from eating meat. But what he said, stop mass killing. Stop maintaining slaughterhouse. That's what we are against. We are against slaughterhouse. We know that animal has their rights. For instance, the cow lifespan is 20 years. But people are killing it in 5 years, 3 years. The chicken lifespan is, I think it's around 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. They're killing it in 3 months. After the chicken dies in 3 months, they have to be born again because they have not finished the quota in a chicken body. How many times they have to be born? 3 months, 3 months. Imagine you are given a 2 years quota, and every 3 months the chicken gets killed. It's not fair. The law of nature, that's why it punishes. Right? Like the cow can live up to 20 years. Right? So it's supposed to give. And somehow killing cow is total betrayal because you're drinking the milk and killing the cow. It's betrayal. Right? But of course, in Ayurveda says drinking blood is good. So how are you going to drink blood? Are you going to be like a Dracula to drink blood? No. So we drink blood in the form of milk, cow's milk. Right? But of course, in Kali Yuga, it's going bad. In Kali Yuga, it says the cow stop giving milk and people start to drink buffalo milk, which is quite rampant, and people start to drink what milk is that? Camel milk, And the worst of all, they start to drink that goat milk. I don't know. Recently, they say that goat milk is good for hepatitis B. What they call manja kamalam. For manja kamalam, you need to drink goat's milk. So those days, goat's milk for manja kamalam is only prescribed. When the child got manja kamalam, they give a little goat, they see. But now goat's milk became a popular. Now they say you can see in a tetra pack. Imagine all the goats are kept and you just suck all the milk out. So easy. So it's a big difference. It's a big difference. So they say that like for instance, when it comes Deepavali is mass slaughter. Right? What they say? Do it on Amavasya and offer it to Kali. Mother Kali, offer it to Kali. Don't eat it. Don't eat it like that. Just offer it to Kali first. Of course, it's sin, but at least you offer to Kali. That means even you are doing a abominable thing, but you're doing as offering to the devatas, deities. Okay, because in what Bhagavad Gita says, right? You have to offer your this thing to devas, right or not? What was it that? That the enough supply of rains and everything. So you have to offer as a thanks to devata. Which was it that? You can recall?
In chapter 3 also.
Chapter 3?
3:9 onwards.
Chapter 3:9 onwards. Devan bhavayatena te deva bhayantuke. The demigods being pleased by sacrifice will also please you, and thus by cooperation between men and demigods, prosperity will reign for all. Right? So that's the thing. So sometimes offering to the devatas, right? Do it. Don't do it directly. So that's the idea. Okay.
Okay, but this injunction in Markandeya Purana regarding what is allowed, but for that to be compared with Ashwamedha Yajna that's what I don't find.
Exactly.
I don't find that logic
See,
behind that comparison.
the thing is very simple.
Mm.
If you want to do things, you have to justification. People want to justify.
Mm.
All right, I'm so sad now. Okay, so what should I do? I shouldn't drink beer. I couldn't drink alcohol. Right? When people ask why you're drinking, I'm so sad. I'm so heartbroken. I'm drinking. Right? They want to drink, but the sadness is a justification. So they want to justify. That's Maya. To justify things that, because Maya means illusion, right? Oh, Ashwamedha Yagya, they do. Okay, that means, can you do that? Like, for instance, they do 1,000 cows, 1,000 horse sacrifice. Right?
No, but actually, based on your description also, you didn't say anything about eating that horse meat.
Exactly.
It's offered to the fire only, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's meant to liberate the soul of the horse.
Correct.
So how can that be compared with this goat slaughter?
That's the thing, because for them, if you kill the goat, means you have to eat lah. That's the thing lah. Just justification. It's just for sense gratification. So we have to have compassion for them. It's very pitiful. If you really look at it, they are in denial. Right? So what we say, it's okay. You want to eat goat, go ahead. You want to eat beef, go ahead. You want to drink beer, alcohol, just go ahead. Don't force them. Don't force them to give up, because it is habit that has been crystallized in their heart. It's very hard for them to change. So what we say, just chant Hare Krishna. Let them get the taste of Krishna. So once they get the higher taste, eventually all these mundane tastes will leave them. So as a devotee, we have to be compassionate. Right? Say sometimes when you're very well, okay, say like, okay, now we are okay, but suddenly when you see a child by the roadside crying in anger, uncle, give me food, immediately the compassion will start. Right? Even though we just give some money or we buy some bun and give to the child begging for food. Natural compassion. But the ultimate compassion is when you're seeing that these people are drowning in this material nature and still thinking they are all right. That is very sad situation. We can say, of course, they are bad karma. They're going through that. But it's our duty. Even though we bad karma, we try to break or try to cut or try to break that karma. Maybe, okay, try to break the karma. So that's why we're going to do this. We are doing this prasadam distribution. Everybody says Hare Krishna prasadam means Hare Krishna food of super. Okay, they are always attracted to the halwa. Oh, your Hare Krishna halwa is world's best. Oh, I've not eaten this kind of halwa. But why they're coming for? They're coming for halwa. But actually, we're giving them prasadam. Right? Even though they know unknown, once they put the thing, goes inside, digest, it purifies. So the seed, bija, have already started. Like last time, many years ago, they used to throw prasadam from Radha Yatra. They used to throw the sakrap and everything. People get very angry, right? But it's very exciting for us because we all like to throw prasadam at everybody. When you see one car going, Malay guy, we throw the car and the prasadam fly into the car. And people say, what is this? No respect, this. But now they stopped it. They go and give hand. I say, I don't understand. What does it mean by that? See, prasadam has to be distributed because the material nature, the mother material is what they call Subhatra. Subhatra is Mother Durga. Right? There's a thing happened when Narada Muni had prasadam and in Vaikunta and come to Kailash. When he came to Kailash, he was happy. And Shiva asked, why are you so happy? I just eaten Krishna prasadam. Oh, very nice, fantastic food. And Lord Shiva says, Cheri, you have to did you bring for me or not? Then Narada, you tell me that I'm Mahadev, you call me, glorify me. You don't you know that when you come to people's house, you cannot go empty-handed? Oh, he was very angry. And Lord, then Narada Muni said, no, hold on. Then he just take this little bit and give to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva will get very excited. Wow, fantastic. He'll start dancing. Then Mother Durga will come. Sit. Why, Mother Parvati, why you're dancing? Young Kekra, Narada came and gave me prasad. Very nice. Okay, what did he keep for me? I said, Achacho, then she'll get very angry. And she want to go into, when Durga goes into meditation, it's a big problem. Like what happened in the story of Daksha. She'll burn herself. Right? So you may really not Vishnu appear. He says, stop. So when you get the prasadam, how about your children in this material universe? How? Then she said, yes. So I'll take the form of Jagannath along with my Shesha, which will become Balaram. You become my sister Subhatra. We're going to have this pastime of Jagannath Radha Yatra, and you're going to distribute your prasadam to every living entity. Every living entity means every living entity, not human being. So they say, what happens if I throw the prasadam and fall into the drain? You know how many living entities in the drain? There are so many burudus, insects, whatever. When it can digest everything. So prasadam is never wasted. Wherever the prasadam drops, that place is purified. Every living entity is purified. Right. So what I'm trying to tell you is, that is how Mother Subhatra was compassionate. Likewise, we as a devotee, we also have to have some kind of compassion. Right? Sometimes it's not, sometimes we have to give some kind of challenging words to make them realize. Right? But it's not, it is just by challenging, sometimes, fighting, like we can never come to that. So the idea says sometimes, like that day someone asked, why you keep criticizing DMK? Very simple. We want to stop people believing DMK. You all think that DMK is God, but we are trying to prove to you DMK is an idiot. He's a rascal. Right? We are not trying to DMK. We are not trying to subdue him to make any kind of political agenda. Our idea is that you foolish people stop believing in DMK. Oh, so like that, all right? So we have to be very compassionate. We have to chant Hare Krishna. All right. Sometimes when you go, you chant loudly. Sometimes you wear tilak, wherever you go, look at this Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You just go to Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. That day I was chanting. Bluetooth. 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 I was mumbling. So he thought that I was talking in a Bluetooth. I was chanting. Oh, what mantra are you chanting? Hare Krishna mantra. Oh, what is it about? Come sit down. I talked to them in the clinic while waiting for my. There was like a clinic, it's a family day. Somebody thought that I was talking to Bluetooth and he was wondering, 1 hour the floor talking on the Bluetooth. Until he couldn't take it. He came and asked, Bluetooth. Bluetooth I'm chanting. Oh, So, okay. Right. Okay. It's already 9:26. It's my great pleasure. And okay, Tinishwaran is going to give a fantastic class tomorrow. So please, everyone, join the class. Right? Please join the class. Sometimes it's nice when we have many people in the class. Right? As a speaker, please come and give him a support. Yeah. And of course, whenever you watch our video, when you're going to listen back to our talk in the YouTube, please give a thumbs up. Okay. So with that, we end the session here because another 3 minutes, my Chaitanya Charitamrita starting. With that, have a nice day. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhuvevacha, Paditanam Pavenebhyo, Vaishnave Bayo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. Good night. Have a nice day. Go Ranga.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Bol.